Beautiful. We're going to start today's practice on our back. So go ahead and lay on your back and just hug your knees into your chest. And maybe rock your knees from side to side. Notice how good it feels to be on your back as we begin our practice today. And go ahead and grab your block. I forgot to tell you to grab your block and to bring it between your knees. And with the block between your knees, flex your feet. And we're going to push our low back into the mat. With your feet flexed, shins parallel to the ceiling. And then just take your hands behind your head, open your elbows wide, and just notice how it feels to have the length of your spine on your mat, on your back. And then lift your shoulders slightly off your mat and bring your right elbow towards your block. And then come to center and bring your left elbow towards your block. Back to center, bring your right elbow towards your block. And then your left elbow. And then your right elbow. And your left elbow. One more time right. And one more time left. Good. And then straighten out your legs. And then just bend your knees and tap your feet down and straighten out your legs. And bend your knees and tap your feet. And lift up. Push that low back into your mat. And then as you bend your knees and straighten them out or bring it back down, go ahead and start to alternate left and right elbow towards your block. So tap right elbow, tap left elbow. Two more. Last one. And lower down. Take a long breath in. And a big exhale. And then go ahead and rock yourself up. Bring your block with you and bring it to the front of your mat as you draw your legs behind you. And from here, push that block out in front of you and draw your forehead down. Straighten your spine and just find length through the shoulders. Press the shoulder blades apart. And then gaze towards your block. And then lower your forehead. And then just take your palms into your block and lift your block up. And then lift your gaze towards your block. And then bring your block down and bring your forehead down. And then lift your block and gaze up towards your block. Lower and lower your head. And then just bring your block in front of your mat and take a little cobra. Lower. Then we're going to flip back around to our spine. So go ahead and reach all the way back around to your spine. Lower your spine on your mat and Bring that low back onto your mat. Bring your hands behind your head. Flex your feet and then point your toes. Flex your feet and then point your toes. Drop your feet down, your head down, then lift your legs up parallel to the ceiling and then lift your belly. Lift your chest, lift your shoulders, and then lower. Push your low back in the mat, lift. And lower. Lift up. And lower. Let's do 2 more. Lift up. Last one. Lift it up. And then go and extend your legs. And reach your arms behind you. Stretch all the way out. Take a long breath in. And then exhale. Bring your knees into your chest. Give them a little hug. And then rock and roll on your spine. Rock and roll. Shake it out 3 times. Beautiful. Bring your hands down. Send your feet back. A downward dog. Push that low part of your back up towards the back of your mat. So just like we were working on our mat, push your low back up. And then come to the balls of your feet and find a little ripple forward. Nice and slow. And then lift your spine back up. Find a little ripple, come forward. And lift it up and back. 2 more. Beautiful. Last one. And lower your chest all the way down. Find little spider fingers out by your sides of your mat. And push your shoulder blades together. Elbows are going to come up and reach your chest. And then lower it down. Reach your chest up and lower. Reach it up and lower. Couple more. Last one. And then lower your chest back down. Take your fingertips out. Think of cactus arms. And lift your chest up. Float your fingers. Draw your chin down. Take the tops of your feet on your mat. And then take those fingers, hover them right by the ribs. Hover them right by your ribs and lift your feet up. Lift them up. Push your palms into your mat and lift up into an upward dog. Then bend your elbows and draw your hips up and back, downward facing dog. And then go ahead and walk to the front of your mat and fold. Shake your head. Half lift your chest. And then roll yourself all the way up. And lift your arms behind you. Take a back. Arms reach behind your back. Clasp your hands. Bend your knees, fold. And lift the arms above your head. Take your head. Lower your arms. Bring your hands behind your calves. Swing them to the front. Half lift your chest. Fold, roll it up. Roll the shoulders back, all the way back. Clasp your hands. Find a back bend with your arms behind you. Bend your knees, bring your arms above your head once more. Lower your arms down by your calves. Half lift your chest. Bring your hands to your mat. Step both feet back. Downward dog. Breathe it out. Your head. Bend both your knees. Hover. Look towards the front of your mat. Either take a walk or a slight little hop. Hold. Half lift your chest. Hold. Roll it up. Back bend. Arms behind you. Fold. Arms overhead. Release your hands down the back. Half lift your chest. One more time. Step it back. Downward dog. Chaturanga, floating forward. Downward dog. Look forward, bend both your knees. Take a little hop or a step in front of your mat. Hold. Roll it up. Back bend, lift. Arms behind your back. Bend your knees to fold or keep your legs straight. Hold. Take your arms down the back of your legs and then half lift your chest. Move through chaturanga. Downward dog. Breathe. Bend both knees, hover. Hop to the front of your mat. Hold. Roll it up. Take a back bend. Arms behind your back. Lift, find your back bend, reach. Hold. Arms down the back of your legs to a half lifted chest. Off the back, chaturanga. And find your downward dog. These fingers are spread so wide as you breathe. Shake your head no. Nod it yes. And then take your right leg and draw it up. Bend your knee. Keep your knee in line with your hip. Right knee is bent. Beautiful. Take a long breath in. Send your right leg back and bring your right foot down. Beautiful. Breathe. Pull your right knee into your chest. Pull it in, tuck it in, and then step it all the way to the front of your mat. Come to that low lunge as you breathe. And then bring your left knee down. Walk your hands up to your right leg as you reach your arms up and back. Beautiful. Take a big breath up and in. And then take your hands behind your head and open up your chest. Let the palms support the back of your head. Beautiful. One more breath. Now, take your arms, bring them behind you. Can you clasp your hands as you reach up and back? Carefully unwind. Lift the arms up. Float them back to the front of your mat. Step your right foot to the left. Find your high plank. Stay for a moment. Slowly move through your chaturanga. And downward dog. Take your left leg lifted up, bend your knee, keep your knee in line with your hip. Breathe through this. Beautiful, lower your left knee, your left leg down to your downward dog. And then tuck your left knee into your chest as you send your left foot forward. Take your right knee down. Walk your hands up to your left knee. Long breath in. And then reach up and back and find a little back bend. Float your hands down. Bring them all the way back up so your hands come behind the back of your head. Reach all the way open. Release your hands and see if you can bring your hands behind you and find that back bend as you lift up. Release your arms. Ooh. Float your hands to the front of your mat. Step your left foot to your right. Come to your high plank. And then chaturanga. Lower your spine and come all the way down to your belly. Take those cactus arms by your side. Lift your arms, lift your feet. And then see if you can bend your feet towards the back of your head. Pull your elbows back and then release your arms out in front. Straighten out your legs, bend your knees, lift up, and bring it forward. Keep moving just like that. Bend elbows, bend knees. Heart opener, breathe it out. Last one. Reach it back and then drop your hands, drop your legs, push yourself up to your high plank to downward dog. Take your right leg, lift it up, bend your knee. Send your right foot to the left and then tuck your knee into your chest and send your right foot forward. Breathe. Start to slowly lift up to your high crescent. Big breath in. Take your hands by your side and place them on your hips. Make sure everything is squared forward as you breathe. Breathe it out. Lift the arms all the way back up. Big breath in. Good, one more long breath, and then see if you can find a back bend here. And the right knee, come up a little lower. Ooh, find your balance, hold your balance. Release your hands all the way down to your mat. Step your right foot to your left. Chaturanga, or skip it and just go right into your downward dog. Ooh, breathe. To the left side, take your left leg up. Bend your knee. Send your left foot straight and down. And then once that foot comes to your right, tuck your knee in your chest and step your left foot forward. Take your time to raise yourself up. Your arms above your head. How low can you go? Bring your hands to your hips just to find that balance in your hips. And then reach the arms back up overhead and find your back bend. Lower your arms, lower all the way to the outside of your left foot as you send your left foot to your right. Big upward dog. And then come to your hands and your knees and send your hips back for a long child. And then come to your hands and your knees. Open your fingers nice and wide. Take your right leg up. Keep your knee bent. So you can take your left arm out and breathe. Good. Take a long breath here. And then reach that left arm back towards your right foot and lift it up as high as you can. So woo, find your balance. As you release, let your left arm come forward and the right leg stays up. Lower your left hand. Right knee, shake your hips from side to side, shake them out. And send that left bent leg up and send your right arm out. Breathe. Keep that knee bent. Now you're going to take your right hand to that left foot and lift it up. As you breathe. Find your balance. And now, as you release, keep that left leg bent, right arm comes forward. And then reach everything down. Shake your hips. Shake it out from side to side. And go ahead and come all the way back to your downward dog. Shake your head here. Thank you. Yes, please. All right, we're going to take our right leg up and bend our knee. So you can slightly open your right hip, little fun challenge here. So you can take your left hand off your mat and find balance. Possibly reaching your left hand to the right foot. Ooh, it's okay if you fall. And then release your left hand and release your right leg and bring it down. Bend the right and left knee to shake it out. Beautiful. Take your left leg up. Bend your left knee. Maybe just float your right hand and just kind of play with that. See how that feels. And then possibly reach your right hand to your left foot. Woo. Like that. Okay. Breathe. So whatever you're doing, if you can't get it, that's fine. Breathe it out. And then when you're ready, release. Right and left. I'm going to bring your knees to your mat. Sit up on your knees for a moment and just catch your breath. We're going to take our fists together and bring them between our knees and come up to our knees here. Good, a little more heart openers. Reach your hips back and tap your heels. And then lift up and throw your chest up as you reach your arms back. And then release, come forward. Lift up, bring your arms back, palms together, lift your chest up. Okay, let's do one more. Reach it up and back. Open your heart. And then release. Come forward. Ooh. Hips up and back, downward dog. Look to the front of your mat. Take your little hops. Roll yourself up. Big breath in. Circle your arms back. As you release, come to a chair. Hands to your heart. Take your left foot and send it back. Woo. Send it back. Take a big breath out. High crescent or low lunge. Hands to your mat. Breathe. And then send your right foot to the left. Chaturanga. Downward dog. Front of your mat, take a little hop. Roll it up. Big roll up. And then find your chair. Send your right foot back. Come to that low lunge. Hands to your mat. Send the left foot back to chaturanga. Lift up, upward dog. And downward dog. Breathe. Take your right leg high and then bend your knee. Come to wild thing. Open up your heart. Reach your right arm up. Take your right arm down. Take your right arm or right leg back up and bring it back to your left foot. Breathe. Take your left leg up. Move that left leg behind you, wild thing. Lift. Open up. Lower your left hand down. Left leg up. Downward dog, breathe. And then roll forward. Chaturanga. And all the way back, take a child's breathe. Take a long breath in. And a big exhale. And come all the way back up to your downward dog. Roll yourself forward, pop to the front of your mat. Half lift your chest. As you exhale, find a chair. Breathe. From your chair, lift up to back bend, swan dive fold. Hands to your mat, send it back, chaturanga. Downward dog. Take your right leg up. Send your right foot forward. Reach it high in your low lunge. Lower your hands. We're going to take this right leg up and back to our wild thing. Lift your right arm. Beautiful. Come all the way back around. Move through chaturanga. Beautiful. Draw your left leg up. Send your left foot forward, low lunge. Hands to your mat. Left leg up and back. And wildly. Left arm reaches up. Big breath in. Release it all the way down. Left leg lifts. Left foot to right. Knees down. Hips back. Child. Take a long breath in, your child. And then come to your hands and your knees. Take your arms as far out in front of you as you can and start to lower your chest as you lift your hips up high in your puppy. And just breathe through this. Roll the shoulders back. Big long breath in and out. And then keep your elbows down and come forward on your elbows and start to lift your hips. Coming right into dolphin. Open your heart between your forearms here. So push your heart between your forearms. As you breathe, you can shake your head no. Take your right leg, lift it high as you can. Maybe bring your crown of your head down as you lift your right leg up. Bend your right knee. Straighten out your right leg and then lower it back down. Beautiful. Pick your left leg up. Bend your left knee. Straighten out your left leg. Bring your left leg down. Bring your knees down. Reach your arms behind you in child's. Palms are by your heels. Let your shoulders hang. And then slowly roll yourself up. Your shoulders back. Woo. Drop your hips to the side. Now let's go ahead and roll onto our back. All the way back, one vertebrae at a time. So the length of your spine on your back. Bring your feet together. Shoulders down. Bend your elbows so your palms face one another. Lift up through the back of your shoulders. Lift your hips up. Push your feet into the mat. Draw your inner thighs together and breathe. Wrestle. Come here. Breathe it out. 2 more breaths. And then slowly, one vertebrae at a time, lower your spine. Nice. Take your arms straight up above your shoulders. Lift them up. And then bend your elbows and bring your hands behind your head. Lift up and lower down. Just rolling from the shoulders. Lift it up and lower. Push the shoulder blades into the mat as you roll up and lower. Few more times. Four more. 3. Good, last one. Roll it up and lower. Bring your hands back down by your side. Soles of the feet are connected. Lift your hips. Excuse me, sorry. Bend your elbows, palms face one another, lift your hips. Now roll your shoulders back and so you can straighten out your arms and reach them underneath your back and roll them a little deeper. Heart, open up the heart. Two more breaths. Push your inner thighs, pull them together like they're magnetized. And then to release, carefully unwind your hands, bend your elbows, and then lower your shoulders first, and then one vertebrae at a time. Good, bring your hands to your belly and shake your knees from left to right. Left and right. Then come back to center, lift your legs up. Take your hands behind your head again. And this time we're just gonna lift our hips up. So you can lift your shoulders off the mat, but you wanna lift your hips. Try not to rock. Use your lower belly to lift the hips. Exhale that breath when you come up. Two more. Hold it up and pulse for 10, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Bend your knees. Give your knees a hug and shake it from side to side. Beautiful. Come back to center. Extend your legs once more and cross your right knee over your left and bend your knees. See if you can reach for opposite ankles or knees. Back is flat on the mat as you breathe. Close your eyes and breathe it out. Nice long deep breath in and out. Shake your head if you'd like to release any tension from your neck. And release your legs. Unwind and then go ahead and cross them in the opposite direction. Bend your knees, grab opposite ankles or knees or shins. Back is flat. You're just gonna breathe this out. Release your legs, unwind. Grab your big toes, open up for your happy baby as you shake it out left to right. Take a long breath in. Big exhale. Soles of the feet together, knees together. Go ahead and roll your knees around over your low back. One direction and then the other, big circles. Pull those knees in. Take your left leg long. Pull your right knee in. Take your right knee to the left. Enjoy a twist. Bring it back to center. Pull it in, and let's do the other side. Pull your left knee in as you straighten out your right leg. And then twist over to that right side. Come back to center. Tug both knees in, big hug. And then go ahead and release your feet to the edge of your mat. Take your arms above your head, long stretch. And then release your hands down by your side, Shavasana. Start to deepen your breath as you bring your arms above your head, long breath in. Then walk your knees up, give yourself a hug. Roll yourself to your favorite side as you make your way up to your seated pose. And once you get here, just take a nice long breath in. Big exhale. Bring your hands to your heart as you just find a place of love and appreciation for practice.